Season 3 of A1GP World Cup of Motorsport springs into life at the Zandvoort circuit in the Netherlands. It's the opening race of Season 3 and Adrian Zaug leads him away. Mexico almost in the wall on the run to the first corner. On board Jeroen Bleekemolen, challenging for the host nation for the Netherlands, and he's going side by side with Neil Jarni of Team Switzerland. The battle for fourth place on here, and Bleekemolen takes it. He's through. Magic effort on the first lap for the local hero. Up front, it's South Africa that leads, but Bleekemolen already on a charge. Jan Lammers can barely watch. Look at the battle now, it's for third place. Mexico under pressure from the Netherlands. Wow, he's done it. Through on the inside, people power worth an extra 10 horsepower. South Africa continues to lead this race. Second place at the moment for Team France. They're chased by the Netherlands and Mexico. On board with Great Britain. Great Britain attacking Ireland. This is for 7th place, and Ralph Furman can't do anything about it as Jarvis goes through. But up front, it's South Africa who come through to win the first race of the season. The winning margin is over 7 seconds, while Loïc Duval holds on to second for France, and the Dutch have a bronze medal to celebrate, courtesy of Bleekemolen. The grid for the feature sees Germany joining South Africa up front, with Great Britain and Switzerland right behind. Mexico start back in 8th place this time, but local hero Bleekemolen has even more to do from 11th. American driver Buddy Rice starts only his second ever A1GP race from 19th position. They're away. South Africa getting off pole position well. Germany not so quick away. Switzerland trying to go down the inside, can't quite manage to do it. And it's South Africa that leads. Now Great Britain, Oliver Jarvis trying to go down the inside. He's there with Neil Jarni. Oh, but a couple of cars wide. That's Bleekemolen for the Netherlands. He's squeezed out and lost places. Team Germany down on the inside, but being passed around the outside by Great Britain. What a manoeuvre by Oliver Jarvis. Bang! Crash! First crash of the season. It's João Urbano of Portugal. Into the pits comes Oliver Jarvis for Team GBR, the first of 2 pit stops. New rules for this season of A1GP. All 4 tyres changed 2 times in the race. South Africa have come in a bit later than the others. Brand new tyres go on, but where will he rejoin? He was leading. That's Great Britain has just gone past. Great Britain now take the lead. South Africa comes out ahead of Switzerland. So all change up front. Germany now running in 5th place, but coming under attack here from Mexico. Salvador Duran slides it down the inside. Vitoris is on the grass and Mexico take the place. Look at this one. New Zealand versus Ireland. This is the battle for 6th. And Ralph Furman taking the place away from Black Beauty. Great Britain come through to take their first win of the season. It's been a great team effort. Jarvis punches the air. What a performance. Adrian Zaug finishing in 2nd place, and that means that South Africa has the early championship lead. Neil Jarni takes the final podium spot for Team Switzerland, ahead of Mexico and France. New Zealand finished 7th, while Christian Vitoris limped home to 9th, ahead of Eric Janis of the Czech Republic. And that's where we go next, to the circuit of Brno. And the lineup for the sprint race in Brno has Zaug on pole again from Reed of New Zealand. Robbie Kerr this time for Great Britain, and debutant Adam Carroll for Ireland are next. Bleekemolen is 5th, Nicolas Lapierre returns for Team France and is 10th, while Michael Jourdain is 15th for Mexico, and James Hinchcliffe is back in 20th for Canada. It's a beautiful, crisp autumn day in Eastern Europe as the race gets underway, and Zaug trying to take it away from pole. He's on the power boost, but so are the others, and Great Britain going down the inside. New Zealand on the outside, Ireland making it 4 abreast, but the Black Beauty just squeezes ahead. In the back, there's an incident. India has run over the back of the Brazilian car. Battle for 2nd, Great Britain versus Ireland. Ireland going around the outside, and on the grass, Adam Carroll. Well, he has to cut back in very, very quickly there to protect his position from former pole sitter. South Africa, Adrian Zaug has dropped down to 4th position. Not the start that he was looking for. The battle for 10th, Brazil versus China, and here comes Cheng. He's going all the way round the outside at turn 1. It's a mega monster move from Frankie Cheng for Team China. It puts him in 10th position. New Zealand coming through to take victory in the sprint race. They scored only 5 points in 2 races at Zandvoort, but a maximum of 16 points here, including fastest lap. Great Britain finishes in second, and Ireland take their first podium in 39 races. Johnny Reid's back where he feels he belongs, on the top step of the podium, but Adrian Zaugg still fourth for South Africa. The Brno circuit is ready for the feature race, and the grid lineup sees Blake Molen on pole position for the Netherlands from Zaugg, then Kerr for Great Britain and Jani of Switzerland. Frankie Cheng is fifth for China, New Zealand down in 7th, Canada in 10th. Australia lines up 14th, the host nation is in 17th place, and Ireland on this grid only 18th. Lights go out, away we go, and it's a good start from the poleman. Jeroen Blekemolen cuts across in front of South Africa, but watch out for behind. Everybody's looking for position into the first corner. Great Britain and Switzerland both on the attack. Great Britain trying to go around the outside at turn 1. Can't quite manage it, and here comes South Africa to nip through on the inside. Great attacking stuff on the opening stages of this feature race in Brno. Into the pit stops then. This is a crucial stage of the race. Great Britain in, South Africa in as well. The Netherlands have stayed out a little bit longer. New Zealand on their way. It's been a good stop for Team New Zealand. They've got past both South Africa and Great Britain. Fantastic work by the crew. Great Britain still on the attack, trying to get past Great Britain, effectively trying to battle for third. There's contact! Great Britain loses out. Robbie Kerr struggling. France now on the attack. France trying to take South Africa. Nicolas Lapierre back. 14 France, won 6 races in season 1. He's trying to go all the way around the outside. Oh, he's out of room. He's over the curb. Surely he's done damage to that car. And now it's Great Britain back on the attack. Robbie Kerr going for the inside move on Adrian Zaugg. Yes, that's into third place for Great Britain. And Adrian Zaugg struggling a little bit. He's got to watch his mirrors. Here comes France. Lapierre trying to take advantage. He does so. And right in there as well is Christian Vittoris for Germany. Nothing to choose between the South African car and the German machine. And here comes Vittoris. He makes the move down the inside. The battle for the lead here is effectively between the Netherlands and New Zealand, but we've got a second round of pit stops to go. Look how New Zealand has caught the Netherlands. It'll be down to their pit crews, surely, to see who wins this second race at Brno. New Zealand in the pits now. Netherlands have been in already. Let's see what happens when they are released. Who will be in front? Both crews nervously watching here. Black Beauty on his way. Johnny Reid is out. Where's the Dutch car? It's behind. Surely New Zealand takes the lead here in Brno. And it could be 2 out of 2. There's satisfaction on the Kiwi pit wall. And here comes Johnny Reid to back up victory that he had earlier on today in the sprint race.
Full drive, Johnny. Game, set, match. Well done.
The Netherlands have to settle for second place, while Neil Jani of Switzerland, I think, is just going to manage to beat Frankie Cheng of China, who has the bonus of the point for fastest lap. That win for New Zealand means they now head the championship table by just 1 point, and that's even more cause for jubilation. Behind the top 3, China were 4th, France 5th, and Adam Carroll went from 18th on the grid to finish 6th for Ireland. It's time to turn to the east and visit Malaysia. Neil Jani is on pole for the sprint race in Malaysia with Duval of France alongside, then Jarvis for Great Britain and Ammermuller of Germany. Wickens is 5th on his Canada debut. China and Netherlands are 9th and 10th, while Ireland and India are only 13th and 14th. Host nation Malaysia all the way back in 19th place. Ready to go, we're on board Oliver Jarvis for Team GBR as the race gets underway, and Switzerland leading from that pole position. On the attack is Alex Young, the host nation desperate for a result here. Squeezing up the inside, Great Britain hit France. Damage to the front of his car, and Oliver Jarvis could be in trouble. Squeezing through the first couple of corners and squeezed out. There's China, New Zealand pushing him wide. Back on board with Malaysia, and he's passing India with a little bit of contact along the way. Look at Great Britain dropping 5th, 6th place after qualifying in 3rd. bump. Rodeo riding there from India's Naren Karthikeyan. He ran up the back of the Malaysian car. Not what he was planning at all. And the Indian team a bit worried. Up front, it's Switzerland leading the race. France running in second place. Then a gap back to an impressive debut from Rob Wickens of Canada. Germany and Brazil following, then New Zealand and Great Britain. Meanwhile, here comes the Netherlands, trying to take the place from Team Ireland. This is 8th place, and he's through on the inside. 3rd place for Canada, 4th place for Germany. Oh, lunge and shove, and Germany, final lap, up into 3rd place. It's Switzerland that takes their first win of the season. A superb effort with France in 2nd place. But news coming through that Michael Ammermuller has been penalised with a time penalty for that move on Canada. That's dropped him to 16th. That means Canada now in 3rd place and Brazil in 4th. Race start for the 2nd time of the day in Malaysia, and USA very slow away ahead of Team Malaysia. Alex Young on his route to try and take some places into the first corner, but up front it's Switzerland leading. Great Britain and France battling for 2nd place. Netherlands trying to go around the outside. Laurent Blekemolen being brave, but it's gone a bit wrong. Oh, mayhem, chaos behind, cars off all over the place. USA involved, so Lebanon, but up front Switzerland ahead of Great Britain and Brazil. Brazil going very well. Little wide there for Jarvis for Great Britain, and he's passed. He's been passed by Brazil. Brazil into 2nd and France into 3rd. So 2 places lost in 2 corners for Oliver Jarvis of Great Britain. And right behind him, battle between Ireland and the Netherlands is getting close. So is Germany trying to get down the inside. Michael Ammermuller does gain 1 place. Brazil versus France, close for 2nd place now. Up front, nobody seems to be able to hold on to Neil Yarni. Loic Duval is through, though, for 2nd position. On board with Malaysia. That's South Africa down the inside. A little bit of bumping and boring. South Africa and New Zealand getting together on the way into the corner, and they get together again. My goodness, very close. New Zealand drops back behind Malaysia, and now Johnny Reid's got some work to do. Oh, my goodness. Round he goes, contact with Malaysia, and both in trouble. Netherlands trying to come through here, but South Africa's wide. South Africa's run out of road. Where's he going? Adrian Zaugg loses it. Oh, and Canada taken out as South Africa tries to rejoin. Pit stops, absolutely crucial, and everybody coming in at pretty much the same moment. We've got 2 queues in the pit lane. It's a traffic light Grand Prix, but those guys on the inside lane should not have been there. They should have been lined up in the outside lane. Brazil might get into trouble for this, but for the moment, Jimenez leads. Jarvis into 2nd place. He's got past Switzerland. They like that on the British pit wall. Here comes Yarni, back at him, trying to take that 2nd place once again. Jarvis is wide, and through goes Yarni, and here comes Duval for France. Jarvis back down a couple of places once more, and he's got to watch out for Michael Ammermuller. Look at this, side-by-side action, but France takes the place. And Jarvis better be careful, because right behind him is Michael Ammermuller. On the attack once again, France, Great Britain, then Germany, and he's done it. He's down the inside. The hammerman, Michael Ammermuller, has taken Great Britain out of the battle for a podium finish, but that battle is still on. France versus Netherlands. What a manoeuvre from Laurent Blekemolen round the outside of Team France, and Jan Lammers loves that one. Brazil on the way after their 2nd pit stop. Now where's Switzerland? There's Switzerland ahead. Switzerland reclaims the lead here from Brazil that was lost at that 1st round of pit stops. Great Britain through. Czech Republic's just come out of the pits here, and Michael Ammermuller hits him. It's the same place, the same manoeuvre. Well, I can't see him getting away with that once again, and the Czech Republic team can't quite believe it. It's victory for Switzerland. Another dominant performance by Neil Yarni. He takes the double. Brazil takes a breathtaking 2nd place, while Loic Duval is 3rd for France. But officials have decided that Brazil and Great Britain were in the wrong part of the pit lane in the traffic light Grand Prix. A time penalty puts Brazil back to 3rd and Great Britain down to 12th. This new venue in southern China sees Germany line up on pole for the sprint race from Team Switzerland, followed by Ireland and China, and Thomas Enger has put the Czech car in 6th position. India and Canada are 9th and 10th, while New Zealand is back in 13th, South Africa's 14th, and David Garza of Mexico starts at the back. On board Team China, starting from the second row of the grid. Up front it is Germany going for it from pole position. Michael Ammermuller and Neil Yarney versus each other around the first corner. How can they all squeeze through here? New Zealand further back than expected on the grid, now trying to make up some places. Dust being kicked up all around, and France go head-to-head with Team Netherlands. It's exciting stuff. Germany leads, Switzerland on the attack, and right behind China sliding up the inside but failing to get past Ireland. Spinner, we've got a spinner. Oh, pile up in the middle of the pack. And South Africa and Brazil started that one, and we've got a puncture for Malaysia. Germany leading, Switzerland in second place, Ireland in third, China running well, and the Czech Republic in fifth place. On board with Johnny Reid, attacking Canada. Oh, there's contact. On board Team China, chasing Ireland for third position and a possible podium finish. He's at the inside. Oh, that's a great clean pass by Frankie Cheng, and a possible podium finish on the cards here for the host nation. Team USA in behind Team Italy. Oh, off! That's Joe Urbano for Team Portugal. Coming through to win his first ever race in A1GP, it's Michael Ammermuller. He beats Switzerland with China a superb third. So China takes its second ever podium and the first for Frankie Cheng. What a place to do it. Behind the top three, Ireland finished fourth, and the Czechs have their best result of the season so far. Lights go out, away we go, and Switzerland not so fast from pole position. It's Great Britain's Oliver Jarvis who takes the advantage down to the first corner. On board with Team Germany, trying to go around the outside if he can into the first bend. Oh, dust cloud, accident, no surprise there. Looked like Canada tried to squeeze down the inside. Ireland, one of the victims, and so is Brazil. On board Team Germany, oh, he's squeezed wide by Team France there, and look how many places he loses as a result. That's Malaysia through, New Zealand side by side. My goodness, bang, spin, right across and wallop into the tyres. Meanwhile, South Africa on the move, attacking Team USA, and Adrian Zhao moving up from 9th position. New Zealand on the attack here, trying to take 7th place, and he's done it. He's got down the inside of the Chinese car. First round of pit stops coming up here. Crucial time in the race, and New Zealand looking for one of their lightning stops. Great Britain in from the lead of this race. France are also in. Good stop by New Zealand as expected, but it's a good one from India. India and New Zealand both past Great Britain, and France on their way. Oh, and he's taken out one of the American pit crew. He's back on his feet, that's good to see. But look, as India rejoins, India and New Zealand have both got past Great Britain, so has France. That was a disastrous stop for Team GBR, and it should mean that Switzerland are now controlling this race if they get a good stop. Away goes Neil Yarney, looking, yes, it's a perfect getaway, and Switzerland take the lead of the race after the first round of pit stops. India and New Zealand, second and third. Then it's France, Great Britain under pressure here from South Africa. Adrian Zhao going for the move. Jarvis squeezes, but it's not enough. Zhao takes it, and he's through. Second round of pit stops, Switzerland in from the lead. Should be able to control things from here. Also in Great Britain and Germany. Oh, there's a problem for Switzerland. There's a problem. India are going past in the pit lane. They cannot get that rear tyre on, and the win has disappeared for Switzerland, but it's certainly on for India. Great Britain also getting ahead of Switzerland. What a slow stop that was. Great Britain emerge in front of Team Switzerland, but out in front, it's Team India. India looking in great shape to take victory, but what about New Zealand? This could be a fast stop coming up. The Indian team looking closely, but it's not enough, and India retain the lead. They punch the air. India's coming through the final corner to take their first ever win in A1GP World Cup of Motorsport. A superb performance by driver and pit crew. What a moment it is for the team and for Narain Karthikeyan. New Zealand are second from 10th on the grid, but Switzerland's run of podiums ends with that slow pit stop. However, they continue to lead the series by 19 over France. The first race since the New Year break takes place at Taupo in New Zealand. It's a fantastic day on the North Island of New Zealand as A1GP prepares to burst into action. We're on board with Team Ireland. Up front, the battle into the first corner sees New Zealand and South Africa going wheel to wheel. It's close, but right behind in the pack there's action. Oh, up and under. Switzerland right underneath Team Malaysia. Looks like both cars are out. New Zealand lead, South Africa in second, but it's Germany that's on the attack here, trying to go around the outside. Christian Vittorius can't quite manage it, but still there's a chance for him. He's into second. Germany takes second from South Africa third. USA versus Great Britain for 7. Contact! And Great Britain in trouble. Battle for third place. France chasing South Africa. Good opportunity for Loic Duval, and he's through on the inside if he can hold it. Thumbs up at Team France. The crowd go crazy as New Zealand wins. It's the second time we've had a host nation take victory on home soil. Johnny Reid's done it for the local fans. Germany second, France in third. It's Johnny Reid's third win of the season, and it couldn't have come at a better place for him. And with Switzerland failing to score, the gap at the top of the leaderboard has narrowed from 19 points to just 4. Vittorius has returned in style for Germany, while it was a solid drive from Portugal's João Urbano to go from 14th on the grid to finish 8th. Blast off, and Switzerland on the attack immediately. It's a very, very fast start from Neil Yarni, but it's the opposite for Johnny Reid. Terrible getaway for New Zealand. He's way down in the pack, somewhere around 14th place. Oh, it's all gone wrong for him up at the first corner. Everybody trying to jostle for position. Looks good so far, but oh, here comes India. Loses it. Takes out Australia. Oh, disappointment for both nations. Switzerland up front, under attack from Team France for the lead of the race. Loic Duval, so determined to get past Neil Yarni, slides and slips, but he can't get through. Here comes Canada on the attack of South Africa now. That's for 6th place. Good move from Rob Wickens, he's through. But we've got information on our screens. There's a penalty for Switzerland for jumping the start. Would you believe it? Neil Yarni's got a drive-through penalty. Oh, this is really going to hurt his hopes of scoring points in the championship. Into the pits, France and Germany in together from 1st and 2nd places. Good stop so far from Team Germany. The French pit stop at the far end, and Germany's ahead. Germany's ahead, and France almost collects the Czech Republic on the way out of the pits. Oh, it's a spin. Team Indonesia, Satrio Hermanto. Off goes John Martin. Problems down at that corner. Netherlands off now as well. Nobody can quite make out what's going on at that corner, even Jan Lammers. Second round of pit stops. Battle between France and Canada over what will effectively be 2nd place. Remember, France had a poor first stop. They'll be looking to make up this time. But no, it's happened again. Canada's beaten them this time. They've lost another place on a pit stop. Team Germany lead the race. Switzerland yet to make their mandatory pit stop. They're going to be in the mix, but remember, they've had a drive-through penalty, so Neil Yarni isn't really playing a part here. China spins. Oh, that's from 7th place. Useful points out the window. Germany is coming through to take victory here in Taupo. Christian Vittorius crosses the line. Canada takes 2nd place. What a superb achievement. Reigning title holders take their 2nd win of the season, but it's the first for Christian Vittorius. He becomes the youngest ever winner at 18 years and 9 months old. 4th place for New Zealand and no points for Switzerland, meaning the host nation leaves Taupo as series leader. A short trip across the Tasman Sea takes us to round 6 in Sydney. Sprint race gets underway, and it's a good start for poleman Loic Duval of Team France. Behind him though, Switzerland immediately under pressure from South Africa, and New Zealand tucking in behind South Africa as they go through turn 1. Nothing Johnny Reid could do about that. Loic Duval has never won a race in A1GP, but he's looking good up front. 2nd place for Switzerland, 3rd for South Africa. They're chased by New Zealand and Great Britain. Watch the middle of the pack. Canada on a charge, moving up past India. Oh, but in the background, there is Pakistan off. And Khan hits the wall on the inside. He's out of the race. Australia on the move. John Martin loves this Eastern Creek circuit. He slides through turn 1. He's wide, but he's got it back on again. That causes some mirth on the Australian pit wall. Oh, but what's this? The umbrellas are up. It's raining. Sudden change in conditions. Switzerland under pressure for 2nd place, and Adrian Zaug is through for South Africa into 2nd. France still leading though. On board with Adrian Zaug. He's lost it. Oh my goodness. From 2nd place, 12 points out of the window. Now watch Canada gaining more places here, and he could score points despite starting all the way down in 15th position. Great stuff. On board Team Switzerland now attacking for 2nd place. South Africa's dropped out of 2nd. Switzerland back up for a moment, but now Johnny Reid takes it. Canada still on a charge here. Now sliding around, trying to get past Australia. He sweeps round Australia, gets past USA, and now he's on the attack for Team Germany. Oh, what's this? Giuliani's off from third place. That will promote Canada up one. They can't quite believe it down there. And a mistake from Giuliani. He doesn't make many of those. You know, he's going to be battling to even finish in the points here as Sergio Jimenez goes past him at the bottom end of the top 10. It's victory for France. Loic Duval takes his first ever win in A1GP. Second goes to New Zealand, and a superb third for Team Canada from 15th on the grid. The gold medal to Loic Duval for the first time then, but a well-deserved victory in ever-changing conditions, and best results of the season so far for USA and Australia. New Zealand is on pole position for the feature race ahead of great rivals Switzerland, then Great Britain and China. The Czech Republic lines up in 8th place with Brazil in 9th. Australia is 14th, while India's back in 18th, and Canada lines up on the grid in 21st position. Oh, but what's this? Problems for Johnny Reid, who should be starting from pole position. He stalled it on his outlap, and he's not going to start from anywhere but the pit lane. Away we go, slippery track. France having to start from the back after problems with their clutch. And look how slow away they are on this slippery surface. China being blitzed by both South Africa and Brazil, but it's Switzerland who narrowly lead through the first corner. Great start there from Brazil to shoot up the grid, but Giuliani has control. Great Britain in second place, then South Africa and Brazil, followed by USA's Jonathan Somerton. On board Loic Duval here, and he's got to make up ground having started at the back, and he slips past Team Malaysia. Good move there. Australia on the attack here. Could be an opportunity for John Martin. He loves this place in wet conditions. Yep, he's through. Battle in the pits between Great Britain and Switzerland. The top two coming in at exactly the same time. Can Great Britain get out ahead of Switzerland this time? It's close, but I think Switzerland just out in front. So that private battle stays the same. But this is interesting. South Africa have come in later. They've gambled on strategy. It was risky. This might work. They might take the lead if they've had a good start. They have. Look at that. Miles ahead of Switzerland and Great Britain in the background. South Africa take the lead with a risky but successful strategy. France on the attack. Oh, and they've hit USA. They've hit USA. I wonder how much damage that's done. I think USA's out. Australia catching Canada. This is for 6th place. John Martin using that wet line to perfection. Thumbs up from Alan Jones. Oh, France in trouble. That clutch problem, I think it's all over for them this time. Disappointing for Loic Duval, winner earlier today. Oh, and off's gone John Martin. The team's been pushing him to set fastest lap, off from 5th place, but actually, he's managed to get back on again without losing a place. South Africa comes through to take their second win of the season. Perfect by Adrian Zhao. Switzerland take 12 points for second, and with New Zealand down in 9th and France failing to score, there are now just 3 points between the top 3 nations. We stay in the southern hemisphere as we travel to South Africa. Bright sunshine in Durban as the race gets underway, and it's a good start from the pole man, Rob Wickens. Here goes Oliver Jarvis down the outside. All this contact. New Zealand running into the back of the Canadian car, making more problems for those following, and we've got the traffic jam. Here comes Adrian Zhao on the move, passing Ireland, yep, down the inside. Good one. Brazil through, oh, jump, bang, wallop, straight into the wall there. Bruno Junqueira, end of his comeback. Battle for 5th, Netherlands versus Germany, and Germany hits the back of the Dutch car. Whoa, both cars into the wall. Jan Lammers can't believe it. And we've got a red flag now. The race has been stopped, and that means victory for Canada. It's Rob Wickens' first ever win, Canada's second ever victory in A1GP. Race starts, and away we go. Switzerland very, very fast away from the front row, and it's the battle for second and third behind that everybody's watching. Into the first corner, it gets tight, and South Africa runs into the back of Pakistan. A real jam. Restart, and Switzerland on the move once again from New Zealand. Oh, there's more problems at the first corner. Germany have been pushed into a spin by Australia, and others pay the price. Another restart, another chance for Switzerland to try and make a gap over New Zealand here. Everybody following closely behind, and we're getting into the zone of the first round of pit stops. Switzerland in, Great Britain in as well. Now then, battle in the pit lane. CBR go to work. Switzerland, very efficient. They come out ahead still. New Zealand now desperate to make up ground. Oh! Bang! He's hit the Mexican car. Waved out at the wrong moment. Switzerland continue to lead. Canada up in second place. Then it's Great Britain with France close behind. Second round of pit stops. Canada in. Great Britain in at the same time. Switzerland in as well. Who's going to be first out? Canada en route, but Switzerland ahead. The top three stay the same. France in later than the others. Let's see where they come back out here. In fact, he's got out ahead of Great Britain. So Switzerland now lead. Canada in second. Oh, Jarvis tries to reclaim it, but runs too deep. He's back in fourth. Now they're lapping Lebanon here. Got to be a little bit wary, obviously. Oh, and the Wickets has clipped the wall on the inside. Would you believe it? Oh, France just manages to avoid the Canadian car. He's going to try it. Oh, no! Great Britain coming round at the wrong moment as he tried to rejoin. And I think both cars are out. Rob Wickens can't believe it. South Africa down the inside. Oh, what's he doing? He's torpedoed the Netherlands. More chaos behind. We got fire. Fire. Red flag, and no surprise, this race is finished under a red flag, and it's a brilliant podium for Portugal. But it's victory for Switzerland. Behind the top three, the red flag once again allows the stricken Netherlands car to score points, while Malaysia have their best result of the season so far thanks to Faris Fauzi, and Italy scores for the first time in 9 races. We fly across the Atlantic now to Mexico City. Beautiful conditions here at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez as we get the race underway. Oh, we got problems. Cars all over the place. Pakistan bouncing around. Damage done to Germany. Red flag. And Germany will not make the restart. Here we go again then. Zhao got a good start this time. It's clean so far, but will they keep it that way on the run to the first corner? It's a long way, and they're 4, nearly 5 abreast on the run down to that turn 1. We're on board with USA as Great Britain goes around the outside of Switzerland. And you know, Adrian Zam's getting very defensive here. Here comes Johnny Reid around the outside. Oh, he was almost collected by Zam. He's got a puncture. That left rear tire's gone down, and it's race over for South Africa. Up front is New Zealand coming through for victory. A superb drive by Johnny Reid to take his 4th win of the season. Great Britain takes second place, Switzerland are third, and New Zealand gaining 5 points on Switzerland. The gap previously was 20 points between the two nations. Johnny Reid's 7th race win in the A1GP record books. Great Britain and Switzerland share the podium while Ireland and USA score some useful points. Alex Young went from 14th on the grid to finish 9th. Let's go! Canada away well from pole. Sweeps across in front of Switzerland. Rob Wickens looks determined to try and take the lead and hold on to it, but Great Britain on the attack as well. Jarvis jostling for position. He wants to get through on the inside. Oh, Canada kicks up the grass, kicks up the dust from the lead of the race, and now that puts them under pressure from Team Switzerland. Here comes Neil Yarni. He'll always try and take advantage of a little error like that, and Switzerland eases in front. Canada cannot fight back, and Switzerland takes the lead of the feature race here in Mexico. James Robinson likes that one. Into the pits then for the first round of pit stops. New Zealand bumping into the back of Great Britain. 3 cars in together. Which of these teams is going to be fastest? These guys practice all the time, but it's Ireland who've got the edge. Ireland get past Great Britain and past New Zealand. Well, there's a real shake-up there. Out comes Ireland behind Switzerland. New Zealand had a disastrous stop. Great Britain take third. Great Britain into third place, passing Canada on the inside. Oh, we've seen a mistake from Germany there. And what's New Zealand doing? Oh, he's put it in the tyre wall. Colin Giltrap is dumbfounded. Leaders all pretty close now. Germany down the inside of Canada. Contact is made. Michael Ammermuller takes to the grass. Second round of pit stops. Now, we know what Ireland did on the first round. Let's see what happens this time. Switzerland, Ireland, the battle is on. And Ireland en route. Where's Switzerland? Ready to go. It's going to be a close run thing. They're side by side in the pit lane. But Yarni should be in the outside lane. He's not allowed to run down that inner lane. Ireland get in front anyway. Good move from Team Ireland. Another brilliant pit stop. Ireland lead. Switzerland in second place. And Adam Carroll looking pretty confident here. Oh, news! Switzerland have picked up a drive-through penalty. They should not have been in that inner lane. And the chance for the win is out of the window. Here comes Great Britain under pressure for second place from Team USA. Last year, these guys raced for the win here in Mexico. Oh, and Somerton just squeezed out by Oliver Jarvis. Here comes Team Ireland. It's a historic first victory for Team Ireland as Adam Carroll does it. It's the 9th different nation to win in A1GP this year, the 15th nation in A1GP history, and it's St Patrick's Day tomorrow. It's a double podium for GBR's Ollie Jarvis on his last outing for the team this year, and Jonathan Somerton gives USA their best result of the season. The penultimate event takes us back to China, this time Shanghai. Crucial stage of the championship, 10 laps in the sprint race here, away we go. China immediately on the move, there's tyre smoke, there's New Zealand emerging from the backwards into the barrier. Switzerland leads. Robbie Kerr making contact with the Italian car. Hopefully that won't damage his machine. Trying to go around the outside, always brave, but it doesn't quite come off. China on the move here, trying to get past Ireland, and that's a good one from Frankie Cheng. He's got the inside line, and there's nothing Adam Carroll can do about it. Through the final turn, Switzerland's going to come through to take victory in the first race of the day. Canada will come through in second place, and Portugal in third. Another great effort by Neil Yarni, his 4th win of the season. It could be the crucial victory with New Zealand failing to score. 4th is Alex Young's best finish of the season, and Great Britain beats France but gains only 2 points in the race for 3rd in the championship. It's race number 18 of the season, and away we go. It's a good start from USA in particular. Ireland on the attack here, trying to get past Team Portugal. Portugal moving around, Ireland almost on the grass, but up front it's USA that takes the lead from Team Switzerland into the first corner. Portugal on the move here, already finding a way past Narain Karthikeyan for Team India. That's 3rd place for Portugal. Good result, Luis Vicente very happy with that. Now Ireland on the attack, Ireland trying to get past India, 2 new winners in season 3 of A1GP, and Ireland take the advantage. We're into the first round of pit stops. USA in from the lead, looking for a good clean pit stop here. USA out ahead of their nearest rivals. Now what can New Zealand do? Looking to try and gain some places, and New Zealand does so, getting out ahead of India, Malaysia and Great Britain.
Here is gone. Drive without second, drive without second.
Oh, problems for Team Switzerland, no second gear. I wonder how Neil Yarni's going to adapt. Team USA lead this race, comfortably out in front at the moment. Switzerland now in some trouble without second gear. We're ready for the second round of pit stops now. Switzerland in fast, Ireland right behind them. These guys have been training so hard, they're very, very fast indeed. Ireland, go. Switzerland, no go. They've got a problem with that right rear tyre. Eventually they do get going, but where's New Zealand going to come out here? Johnny Reid just slots in front of Neil Yarni. That keeps New Zealand's title hopes just alive if they can stay in front of Team Switzerland. Well, it's not worked out quite so well for Neil Yarni in this race, but Jonathan Somerton going well up front. Portugal also having a great race here. It's USA that takes victory. A superb win for Jonathan Somerton.
Johnny boy! Yeah! You're the man!
So Jonathan Somerton takes the We the People car to victory, and in some style, winning by over 9 seconds from Portugal, and it's Ireland that takes 3rd place. Neil Yarni struggled home 5th without second gear, but New Zealand's 4th place keeps the title battle alive, while Malaysia was 6th, Frank Montagny was 8th for France ahead of Great Britain and Germany. The final event of the season sees the teams back in Europe to Brands Hatch in the UK. Start of the race at Brands Hatch, Robbie Kerr from pole position. We're on board Adam Carroll. He's fighting for 3rd, trying to go around the outside, and he does so of Neil Yarni of Switzerland. But it's Kerr for Great Britain who leads France, trying to get up the inside of Germany, almost make contact at Druids. New Zealand need to do something here. Oh, and he's run wide. Johnny Reed cutting the grass out the back there. Team Ireland look on for a podium, chasing down USA for second. But it's Great Britain who comes through to take victory on home turf. Robbie Kerr wins the sprint race at Brands Hatch for the second year in a row. USA finish in second, Ireland finish in third. But in fourth place, it is Switzerland. And that's enough for them to take the title. The A1GP World Cup of Motorsport has been won by Team Switzerland. But today, the local hero is this man. It's Robbie Kerr. Neil Yarney looks pumped up with his success, but Team GBR are already looking forward to the feature race. That win means so much to Robbie. Thanks to that victory, Great Britain is now third in the points ahead of France, and with New Zealand only eighth, Great Britain has a very realistic opportunity of taking second overall. The final race of the season sees the first ever pole position for A1 Team India. Great Britain is second ahead of Switzerland and Ireland. South Africa is in 7th place with China 8th, but the USA this time only 9th on the grid. The Czech Republic lines up in 15th place ahead of Italy, but New Zealand's all the way down in 17th. It's the final race of season 3 A1GP, and away we go. New Zealand starting from a long way down with a lot of work to do, but up front India gets away from pole position. Great Britain going with him around the outside at Paddock Hill Bend, no space there. Ireland in third. We're on board Team USA trying to get past the Malaysian car on the run up to Druids, but look at Robbie Kerr, he's trying to go all the way around the outside of the Ray Kartikeyan. Oh, they almost touch on the exit, but India just stays ahead of Great Britain with Ireland in third and Switzerland in 4th place. Everybody trying to push hard in this final race. You can see looking forward, somebody's off, that's Brazil. Very wide indeed, he's kept it off the tyre barrier, but only just. Now Pakistan and Australia, they touch on the straight. My goodness, that's a horrible place to crash. Oh no! Adam Khan in the barrier, so is John Martin. Well, the good news is both drivers are okay. Alan Jones might have something to say about that when they get back. First round of pit stops, India in from the lead of this race then. Can they hold on to it? Team Ireland going to work. Interestingly, Great Britain has stayed out there for an extra lap. Oh, and Ireland just coming in behind India. Ireland so nearly got him out ahead. Great Britain coming a lap later then. Let's see whether this is going to work for Team GBR. So Robbie Kerr just put in a very fast lap while the other guys were pitting. Here we go. And he rejoins in front. He's in front of India. Great Britain take the lead on home turf. They could be on for 2 victories here. Battle for second place getting pretty tight now. Ireland really all over the back of India here and looking for a way past as they come up towards Hawthorns. But look at the front of the Irish car. That front wing has been knocked. It's at a very strange angle. Adam Carroll still attacking, Germany joining in too, but that front wing doesn't look good. Oh, it's gone. That front wing's gone. We knew he was in trouble. And suddenly Ireland, he can't even get around the corner. He's in the gravel trap. Great Britain comes in, and India also in on the same lap. Into the pit box. The Indian crew go to work. Same situation for Team GBR. It's the battle between the mechanics in the pit lane. Tyres off, tyres on. Away goes India. And who's it going to be first? Oh, there's a slight delay on the British car. He's slow away, and he's going to come up behind Team India. India reclaim the lead of the race after the second round of pit stops, and the British team can't believe it, but the Indian team is celebrating. Off's gone Germany, punctured left rear. Battle for New Zealand here, trying to keep Portugal behind. Philippe Albuquerque's got a great run going, and in fact he eases past Black Beauty and takes the position. On board Indonesia, he wants that final point. Czech Republic's trying to get it. Oh, they make contact, but Indonesia hold on to 10th place. They're going to score their first point of the year. It's the final corner, and Team India comes through to celebrate their second win of the season. Great Britain finishes in second place, and Switzerland takes the final podium spot. Tremendous support here. Neil Yarney now getting a ride back with Robbie Kerr on board the British car. Team India take the last win of the year. Great Britain have a second place to celebrate. And third for Neil Yarney, he's happy he wrapped up the title a little bit earlier on today. So China finish in 4th, but 8th place is just enough for New Zealand to take second in the series by 1 point. So that's the story of Season 3. Next year the cars will be all new and powered by Ferrari. A1GP World Cup of Motorsport goes from strength to strength with new venues, new cars and new teams. It all begins again on September the 21st at Mugello in Italy. And along with the drivers, will be there.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.